Okay, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Rakakwadash, Barakathum. Double honors and blessings to all my double honors and blessings for the apostles, the elders, and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. And I was going to say, and all my fellow Akim in the four corners of the earth who are, doing this work in all sincerity, spirit, and truth. Shalom to the 144,000 of the nation of Israel, okay? And the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, the men, the women, and the children. Shalom and blessings to you. My name is Arya Al Yahawada, coming at you with another lesson, another video, a second video, or third video, whatever you want to call it, if you will, on the latest news on this guy, this Jake Sean Diddy Combs, okay, a so-called black man. And just adding some more to the short video I made earlier this morning when I was at work. I did a little research into, because right now, if you haven't heard, you should have heard by now, if you're keeping up with the news, the latest news. And that's what we do here at Great Millstone. First of all, let me say the name, because it's all about the name of the Heavenly Father, is Yahweh. Okay? Yah meaning He, and Hawa meaning He is to be. He exists. Okay? Lock here for 1 second. And the name of His only begotten Son, the one whom people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, that's not His name. His name is Yahweh Shai. Again, Yah meaning He, and Hawashai being the Savior of the nation of Israel. And particularly during these last days, the elect, the chosen of the nation of Israel. Okay, so I'll give a brief summary of the case of what's going on. Let's just read it together. Sean Diddy Combs denied bail in sex trafficking case. Let's hit that. Sean Diddy Combs arrests freak-offs at center of sex trafficking racketeering charges. Freak-offs. This nigga created his own fucking sexual lane. Combs was arrested amid a wave of lawsuits against him alleging sexual assault and misconduct. Let's see what this tape has to say.
Tonight, Sean Diddy Combs behind bars. A federal judge denying the music mogul bail following his arrest and indictment as federal prosecutors allege Combs is dangerous and poses an ongoing threat to the safety of the community. In court today, Combs pleading not guilty to 3 federal counts: sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Sean Combs led and participated in criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
In an indictment unsealed this morning, federal prosecutors say since 2008, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse.
Combs' arrest at a New York City hotel Monday night comes 6 months after federal authorities raided the Grammy winners' homes in Los Angeles and Miami. Today revealing what they say they found: firearms, including 3 defaced AR-15s in his bedroom closet, and videos of elaborately produced sex performances with multiple victims, known as freak-offs, according to prosecutors.
Freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant.
An attorney for Combs maintaining his client's innocence.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Today's federal case following a string of civil suits, including one filed last week by a member of the girl group DIDDY, as well as a settlement with singer Cassie, seen in this 2016 surveillance video being physically attacked by Combs. Cassie later filing a civil suit accusing Combs of raping and physically...
Damn, did you see that? This nigga grabbed her by the head, threw her down, then kicked her. His ass is through.
Abusing her. The terms of their 2023 settlement were not disclosed. An attorney for Combs telling a judge today that Mr. Combs is not a perfect person. These toxic relationships were mutual, adding, "Is it sex trafficking if everyone wants to be there? We don't want the federal government in our bedroom." But tonight, federal prosecutors are leaving the door open for even more arrests, saying Combs did not act alone.
I'm not taking anything off the table.
And Chloe was in the courtroom. Chloe, how did Combs react to the judge's decision to keep him in custody?
Lester, I was sitting just a few feet away from Combs during his arraignment, and he was completely expressionless as the judge denied him bond, and then he was cooperatively escorted away by U.S. Marshals. His attorney now saying that they plan to appeal this decision as early as tomorrow. Lester?
All right, Chloe Malas, thank you. Our senior legal correspondent, Laura.
Okay, so now you know what's up. Now, let me speak on what inspired me. Look at that witness tampering. This nigga's in deep. Obtained video of that. You saw the video of the attack on Cassie, whatever the fuck her name is. Drugs. This nigga's through, man. Now, what inspired me to do this lesson was, let me show you real quick. No bail. I was curious as to what it means to have no bail. What exactly does no bail mean? You know, this is what inspired me to do this lesson. Because the lesson I did just morning, Lord willing, it was edifying. It was short. I wanted to make it longer, but I was at work. You know how that is. It was close to time for me to get off. So I kind of shortened it. I didn't really rush it, but I didn't go in as deep as I wanted to. It says, but this is what inspired me to do this lesson. No bail meaning. You see, because when a judge says you have no bail, that's heavy. That says a whole lot. It's 2 words, no bail, but it says more than that. It says without bail, defendants stay in jail until the conclusion of their trial. That can take months, sometimes more than a year. It's all time served without being convicted. So this joker right here, let's get a picture of this nigga. This joker right here, if I can find a picture of him, nigga hiding. Images, let's see. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I have one. DIDDY, he can be in jail for a long time. You know, as I said, months. Let's bring that back up. Oops. Salakia. Let's read it again. No bail meaning. No, without bail, defendants, and as in this case, the defendant is DIDDY, defendants stay in jail until the conclusion of their trial. That can take months, sometimes more than a year, or I feel safe to say it could take years. It's all time served without being convicted. And even if the trial goes your way, there is no compensation or recourse for the time you spent in jail playing by the rules. So see, he could be locked up, you know, and man, let me bring out this precept. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Look at that. The Wadi Halbashim Ashai came right up. Man's goings are of the Lord. So this is all dependent on how long Yahweh Shemi Hashai wants this nigga to stay in jail. And because, let me get this other precept I was thinking about. Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 26. Whenever I think of guys like DIDDY and wicked niggas like that, this precept always comes in my head. Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men. Wicked men. See, they lay wait as he that setteth snares and set a trap, they catch men and women in this case. Let's look up that word wicked. Because this applies to DIDDY. That's a wicked motherfucker, man. You know, and he was allegedly, I'll say this, allegedly having sex with men and women. You know, how freaky is that? Nigga having freak offs. You know, we used to just call a dude a freak. Now Diddy done created a whole new lane, freak offs. H7563, Rasha, wicked, criminal, guilty one guilty of crime. See, one guilty of crime. Wicked, hostile to the Most High. Everything he did in his life up to this point was hostile to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You see? Wicked, guilty of sin against the Most High or man. And in this case, both. You know, this nigga is wicked, man. He is the epitome. He is the absolute epitome. Let's bring us. This is the epitome of wickedness right here. What you're looking at. That's the epitome of wickedness right there. You know what I'm saying? And rumor has it, not only was he a sex fiend of having freak offs, rumor has it that he has murder on his hands. I know Mace, who used to rap with him, Mace used to be one of his proteges. Mace has a platform right now, a podcast, and every now and then he goes into his relationship and his dealings with P. Diddy in the past, you know. And matter of fact, let me go into that. And it's Mace and Diddy. More money, more problems. So, and usually, from what I've seen and heard, Mace doesn't have anything good to say about Diddy. I've heard him and seen him say Diddy owes him money and so forth and so on. So Mace speaks on his decision to leave Bad Boy. This is a whole nother video. I might do a video on this, Lord willing, go into that. So yeah, he has he's left some bodies, let's just say, in his tracks, you know. But no bail. When a judge says you have no bail, hey, you pretty much through. You already lost the case before it even began. Because I don't know. Let me get another precept. All Israel is not Israel. I don't know of anybody. I mean, they even gave OJ bail. You know what I'm saying? That's how heavy that is. All Israel is not Israel. Romans 9, verse 6 and 7. Let's read that. Yeah, I believe that. I'm gonna do some research on that. Romans chapter 9. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. Not as though 9, 6, and 7, not as though the word of the Most High has taken none effect. For they are not all Israel, which are Israel. So just because you're a so-called black man, that doesn't mean you're an Israelite. You know, he in this case, we'll use Diddy as an example. He's a so-called black man, but this motherfucker's a heathen. He's evil. He's just as evil, if not more evil, than Esau Edom. You know? And I was about to say something else. It came and went just like that. Lord willing, it'll come back to me. But yeah. And hey, it ain't looking good for him. Let me just say that much. I was gonna say I was gonna check and see, did OJ have bail? Did OJ Simpson? I'm just curious. Because OJ in the spirit world now, OJ good. You know what I'm saying? Did OJ Simpson have bail? At the hearing, Simpson was given bail. However, his bail was raised to $250,000. He returned home to Miami the next day. God damn! So you can compare it to that. OJ Simpson, who was accused of murder times 2, And we all know the what's the word? We already know the fame that case produced, because he was a so-called black man that killed a so-called white woman. So that thing was all over the media. I was in the military at the time, and I was stationed on Schofield Barracks. And every office type environment you went into, there was a TV, and the O.J. Simpson case was on. You see? So O.J. was granted bail, but Diddy was not. So that's how heavy it is when a judge says you have no bail. So this nigga went from eating caviar, steak, and shrimp and lobster to being in a jail with some hard ass niggas. Let me see. Let me look into this and find out where he's locked up at. Where is Diddy locked up? Where is Diddy locked up at? Sean Diddy Combs sent to Metropolitan Detention Center. Oh, in Brooklyn? Oh, shit is fucked up over there. Inside the Brooklyn Federal Jail where Sean Diddy is. Sean Combs is just the latest celebrity inmate to be locked up at the MDC Brooklyn. MDC inside the Brooklyn Federal Jail where Sean Diddy Combs is locked up. Violence, squalor, and death. That don't sound good. As they unsuccessfully fought to keep Sean Diddy Combs out of jail after his sex trafficking arrest, the music mogul's lawyers highlighted a litany of horrors. Woo! I'll say that again. A litany of horrors at the Brooklyn Federal lockup where he was headed. Horrific conditions, rampant violence, and multiple deaths. So he went from living on top to going straight to the motherfucking bottom. The bottom. Combs, 54, was sent to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, here in Hawaii. A place that's been described as hell on earth. Woo! And them niggas in there can't wait to make a name off of his ass. And an ongoing tragedy after pleading not guilty in a case that accuses him of physically and sexually abusing women for more than a decade. And let me say this too as a man. I was thinking about this today off and on. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what nationality you are. If you go to prison, there's two words you do not want associated with your name. Sexual trafficking. You don't want that attached to your name, man. Because you coming in prisons, and the first thing that tells the other inmates is you got some fame, you got some money, and all that. And that drives them to want to act on you, to want to hurt you, to make a name for themselves or for you. It says the facility, the only federal jail in New York City, has been plagued, plural, by problems since it opened in the 1990s. In recent years, its conditions have been so stark that some judges have refused to send people there. Damn! Read that again. In recent years, its conditions have been so stark that some judges have refused to send people there. See what happens when you're wicked? See what the Lord can do to you? He can take you from the top to the bottom in a day. Less than a day if he wants to. It has also been home to a number of high-profile inmates, including R. Kelly. He might fuck around and be roommates with R. Kelly. Nah, I'm just bullshitting. R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and cryptocurrency fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried. In a statement, the Federal Bureau of Prisons said, "We also take seriously addressing the staffing and other challenges at MDC Brooklyn. An agency team is working to fix problems," yeah, right, they always say that shit, "including by adding permanent correctional and medical staff, remedying more than 700 backlogged maintenance requests," shit is fucked up, "and answering judges' concerns." A judge on Wednesday denied a request by Combs' lawyers to let him await trial under house arrest at his $48 million mansion on an island in Miami Beach, Florida. Here are some important things to know about the jail. What is the Metropolitan Detention Center? The Bureau of Prisons opened the facility known as MDC, Brooklyn, as a jail in the early 1990s. Oh, this is deep. It is used mainly for post-arrest detention for people awaiting trial in federal courts in Manhattan or Brooklyn. Other inmates are there to serve short sentences following convictions. The facility in an industrial area on the Brooklyn waterfront has about 1,200 detainees, down from more than 1,600 in January. It has outdoor recreation facilities, a medical unit with examination rooms, and a dental suite. It has a separate wing for educational programs and the jail's library. Blah, blah, blah. And it goes on and on. Man, he fucked. In jail without no bail. In jail because you failed. That's the lyric to a song. I forget what song it is. But, that's why I always say, man, to myself, I was thinking this today when I was at the crib chilling. Man, as for me and my household, we shall serve the Lord. Yahweh Shemi Haushai. You know, and to quote the elder brother from South Carolina, he made a video entitled, "If you have this truth, you have everything you need." So brothers and a few sisters out there that watch, if you have this truth from Yahweh Shemi Haushai, do not ever take it for granted. Do your due diligence to make your calling and election sure, and so on and so forth. Because we have a perfect living example in Sean Diddy Combs of how not to live your life. Learn from this. Meditate on this. In a sense to say, not meditate on the negative shit, but meditate it in the sense that this is not who we want to be. Be ye separate from this world, you know? And that's why we do these lessons. Look at this nigga. That's why we do these lessons. And that's why we follow the example of Yahushai and just integrity to Yahweh Shemi Haushai, fearing him and all that, you know? But that's all I got to say about that, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. Satan blocking my shit. But it's all good. Let me put his picture up. And ended on that. Oh, what's his net worth? I gotta get this nigga's net worth, just out of curiosity. Diddy net worth 2024. God damn, this nigga worth $600 million to $1 billion. All that money and sitting up in jail, can't spend a dime. Damn. His wealth comes from his work in the music industry, record labels, clothing lines, alcohol and cannabis, business, and acting. Combs is most famous as a rapper, producer, and entrepreneur. And right now, can't none of that shit help him one iota. So, that's all I got on that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.